What's going on, guys? Ben here, and if you're watching this, it's probably most likely because you are a guy who's struggling with porn and masturbation and you want to tap into your full purpose. So why should you listen to me when it comes to this? Well, listen, I've been in this space for the last 4 years helping men overcome porn and masturbation. I've helped over 50 guys quit one-to-one. I've amassed hundreds of thousands of followers. I've helped thousands of guys outside of my coaching. And not only that, I've been invited onto various podcasts to speak about the topic. Now, we're going to dive into some of the clients I've helped with this specific blueprint I've created called the SRM Blueprint. The SRM Blueprint I built over a period of time, which combines mindset, skills, accountability, and purpose. And the goal of it is to take you from where you are now, struggling with porn, lacking purpose, lacking direction, so not fulfilling your best self, to eliminating porn, quitting it for good, and tapping into your full potential. So one of the people that was benefited from this coaching massively is Aman. Aman is a business owner, and before working together, he was struggling with his anxiety. His business was not taking off, and his masculinity he felt lost in terms of his masculinity. So what we did is we implemented one of the key principles from the SRM Blueprint, which is the mountain mindset, which specifically gave him a specific roadmap and understanding of where he was going wrong and how his mindset was flawed in terms of the journey to getting to where he was trying to go. Once we implemented this, a man instantly started to see a massive transformation, and in just 6 weeks, he managed to fully overcome porn and masturbation for good. And as a result of that, his business, his personal life, and his dating life skyrocketed tenfold. Another example is Philip. Philip is an entrepreneur. Again, before this, he knew that porn was damaging his goals. It was damaging his dreams, and it was holding him back from his business. He wanted to put all his time and energy into his business as he's an entrepreneur. So one of the key things from the SRM Blueprint was reconstructing his self-image. He didn't have the right self-image. He didn't have the right relationship, the values, the belief systems. So we completely restructured that, and he started to see some serious progress. As he was doing that, he started to transmute his sexual energy, right? He started to build up a lot of energy where he was finally making progress on NoFap, and he started putting that energy into his business. And for the first time, he started to see some massive growth and massive changes, and he was able to fully overcome porn and masturbation in 6 weeks, with his business taking off and his life improving as a whole. Nigel was a professional actor, similar sort of situation. Before working together, he just couldn't do it. Simply, he tried, and nothing seemed to be working. And what we realized is Nigel's mindset was flawed, right? He wasn't feeling as confident as he wanted to. He wasn't feeling as energized as he wanted to, and it was affecting his acting career. So what we did is we implemented something called identifying preventing lust, which allowed him to stop those lustful thoughts coming in, and essentially how to process them, how to block them, and how to essentially transform them so that you don't end up relapsing. Once we did this and we implemented this, all of a sudden, Nigel was able to finally hit the 90 days, and his life completely transformed, and his acting career took a whole new level higher, and he's been growing ever since. Dane also is a student, right? He's a student and he's also an athlete. And before working together, he didn't believe it was possible. He actually just didn't think it was humanly possible for him to overcome this. He'd got to a point where he'd almost given up. But what he did was he took a risk, and he went, you know what, I believe in Ben, I believe in the coaching. And he made a commitment to it. And as a result of that, in 6 weeks, everything changed for him. What we did for Dane specifically was we really got to the root of the purpose, right? What is the bigger reason? Why are you doing this? And once we discovered this, once we started implementing this, he found a deeper and more passionate sense of purpose when it comes to his fitness, and his studies as well took a positive turn because of him being able to give up porn and masturbation, right? So these are some examples, but also here are countless other men I've helped. And if you go onto my Instagram, you can see hundreds of testimonials of different people who have benefited from the coaching. But let's get into it. What is the point of the SRM Blueprint, and why is it not working for you? Well, a lot of guys, what they do is they do have one or two of these pillars, but they don't have all three, and this is what is holding them back. So some guys, they have accountability, right? They have a group, they're in like a little group, or they've got their friends, or they've got something that's holding them accountable. Maybe they are in a paid community or something along those lines, right? And maybe alongside that, they have some mindset principles, they have some mindset skills to go with it. But ultimately, they don't have the full picture, right? And as a result, they just don't get results. They don't have a sense of purpose. They don't have a bigger reason why they're doing it. And the mindset principles they've got, they just don't have the level and the high level of a deep understanding that they need. Equally, a lot of guys out there, they actually have a sense of purpose, right? And maybe they do have some of those mindset principles, but once again, they lack quality accountability, and they lack a deeper understanding of the mindset principles necessary to overcome this. Or finally, they have purpose and they have accountability, but they just don't know the process. They don't know the principles, and they don't know how to get control of themselves. And that's ultimately what this is about. So once you have the holy trifecta of accountability, skills, and purpose, you will start to see results like the previous clients I've showed. Now, why is purpose so important? Purpose is the most important thing as a man. If you don't have a sense of purpose, if you don't have a sense of clarity within your life, you're just not going to see the positive change when it comes to nofap and semen retention, right? A man that has no purpose seeks his purpose through pleasure. And a lot of the guys are coping. They're doing these bad habits because they don't have a bigger reason why. So this is called the logical levels, and it defines the levels of change, right? How we make change in our life. The higher on the chart we are, the more powerful change we're able to make based on the things. So guys, a lot of guys, they don't have a sense of purpose. They don't know what their purpose is, right? And the reason they don't know what it is because they don't have a clear sense of identity. They don't know who they are. They also don't have a value system. They don't have the right beliefs in checks. And they don't have the skills and capabilities to overcome something as basic as nofap and semen retention. Their behaviors are all messed up and they're in a bad environment. So as a result, they just simply aren't able to tap in and figure out what their purpose is. Vice versa, some people have a sense of purpose. They actually know the path they want to go down. They know what they want to do. But once again, they're missing the correct and quality identity to basically fulfill that. They're missing the values of the belief systems, and they're falling into the trap of porn and masturbation, and it's holding them back from tapping into their full potential, right? So if you resonate with that and you feel like I've just explained you, what I offer is a 15-minute consultation call with myself where we will essentially look at where you are trying to go when it comes to nofap, semen retention, tapping into your full purpose. And we're going to go and look at specifically what it is, whether it is identifying your purpose, getting clarity on that, whether it's changing your values, changing your belief systems, or figuring out where there's a problem in terms of your habits and your behaviors, in order to give you clarity on what the next step you need to do so that you can give this addiction up, you can give this bad habit up, and truly, just like my previous clients, tap into your highest potential. So if that's you, in the description below, there's a link to book a 15-minute call. I'd love to speak with you. Don't hesitate on this. Take action like the other guys did. And I would love to speak with you on that call. I'll see you on the inside.